This is our real spending and budget review for December 2024 for a family with 8 children at home, and we live in Southern California, which is a high cost of living area. I keep things pretty simple. I use a notebook and I write down on paper the different categories. My budget goals are in the parentheses, and then I just write down once or twice a week everything that I'm spending from my credit card record, my Chase account record, and things from Amazon. I just record the purchases that we've made, and I see if I'm lining up with my overall monthly goal. And if I do well, I sometimes give myself a happy face at the end of the month. We made our medical budget goal. We were a little under this month, so I get a happy face. We also were really low on clothing, which I thought was pretty good for the month of December. I allot $150 a month, and I only spent $23 this month. We had some home goods. I was painting this month, and then I have a miscellaneous category. Car care, we blew that out of the water, but we needed rims and a new battery. So what can you do? Speech therapy, I pay for out of pocket, but this month was unusual with the vacation and things like that. So that was low. And I had some happy faces. What I do with our savings is I will put it into like sinking funds, and that just goes to some big purchases that we need to make over the year. Food. Okay, so I did spend $2,238 on food, most of which was from the grocery store, but we do host a lot, and I love to do that. I could make that food budget less if I wanted to, but I do like to host. And then we have some giving categories, and I keep track of those sinking funds that are just gonna go right into like homeowners insurance, car insurance, property taxes, paying for my children's extracurricular and classes, things like that. So I did make a lot of happy faces this month, and we were able to save $2,833 to go into our sinking fund savings accounts. And sometimes I write a couple sentences about what could be better or what I should have done. And I just use a very basic paper template that I then take for the next month, and I'll just write down the categories again and put my goals in parentheses and see if I can hit those goals. Sometimes I do need to adjust my overall budget, but that lately I haven't had to adjust too much. But yes, I will tweak just a little bit. You can see that I erased some categories, and I'm still just trying to work within our income and our goals. I definitely have a lot of goals. Lately, in this stage of life, it's largely to do with providing the children with some activities, giving and hosting, like I shared about. And maybe those are goals that you're aiming towards, whether it's hosting or giving your children certain opportunities. I lately have wanted to travel, mostly for some church functions, so that's a savings category. And we always wanted me to be able to stay home with our children, so budgeting has really helped us do that, in addition to eventually being able to purchase a house. And so I think that's what I want to emphasize. I hope those numbers don't stress you out. I mean, we're at a certain place in our life where things are different than they were before, but even when we had a super low income, budgeting did help me get to the next goal, and tracking really helped me see where we were getting out of line, or maybe where we should adjust our budget. And I just really see that doing this type of work where you're writing things down and planning can help you achieve your own personal goals. It helps you get a measure of control over your life and plans. Ultimately, I mean, obviously things depend on God, and we can submit our plans to God, but I am so thankful for His blessings, but also I do see how He gives us a lot of areas where we can do something about our situation. So I hope that encourages you, and I'd love to hear what other families do to try to manage all these categories in finances. And I find that things get a little more complicated as the children get older. So God bless you, and have a great night.